It's all a little bit disjointed, this video. This a little bit should have been at the beginning when I started the brew day, but unfortunately for some reason, and I don't know why, I've got no idea why, the iPad decided to record it in double speed or triple speed or something, so it's exceptionally quick. So I've had to re-edit this bit and redo another little bit, a little skit to go in it. So welcome to my brew day. There you go. Brew day is going to be the Raleigh's Lost Gold. Style is of an English IPA, but it's got American hops in it with the El Dorado. Hence the gold and El Dorado and Raleigh. It will be coming in somewhere close to 1061, 1063, aiming for about 19 litres. It's a bit weird because I'm actually recording this after the event, so I know what I've got. So I've actually got 1063 and it's coming in at 20 litres, so I'm happy with that. Now, grain bill is Muntons Prepino, which is an absolutely excellent malt. It smells absolutely gorgeous when you take it out of the bag, and when it goes into the mash tun, you can smell it. It smells fresh. It smells sweet. Big perfume come off it. I've got Simpson's Imperial going in it. I think I've got 0.3 of a kg going in. I've got Caramalt, 0.25 of a kg going in. And I've got 0.1 of a kg going in of double roasted crystal, which I must confess, it's by far and away the best smelling, best looking crystal I've seen. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it looks the business. So, for all of you out there who don't know about this the historical significance of El Dorado, basically Walter Raleigh in late Tudor times, Queen Elizabeth I's time, set sail after hearing some fantastic stories about people being covered in gold powder and bathing in a lake, i.e. the king of some place in South America. So what he did, he set sail and went to South America to try and find El Dorado, which is this lost city of gold. He didn't find it, came back to England. Queen Elizabeth died. James I is on the throne, so James I sent him back out there. I can't remember whether it was with his son. I think it might have been. So he went back out there with under the sort of insistence of King James I to try and recover huge amounts of gold from South America, find the city of El Dorado, or the legend of El Dorado, I think it is. Came back again empty-handed, but on the way back he was accused of piracy and theft on the open seas. Took a lot of gold from the Spaniards, and because King James I was trying to appease the Spaniards at the time, didn't want to create too much trouble, he had Raleigh's head off his shoulders. So that's where the sort of history of this comes in. It's Raleigh's Lost Gold, and it's a reworking of a beer I made last year. I was impressed with, but unfortunately I didn't get much El Dorado coming through, so I've done it in a slightly different way. I've told you the grain bill. The grain bill is slightly different than how I did it before, but I have got Challenger hops going in as the bittering hop. I've got El Dorado going in as a steep, 30 grams of, and then I've got 70 grams of El Dorado going in as a dry hop. There's 85 grams of Challenger going in, and I'm going to say it again. The Challenger has been supplied courtesy of Darren Whittington, Many thanks, Darren. And it's the last of the brews I've used, your Challenger hops. You'll have one of those going in. I've got a porter that I made with it, the Mocha porter. And then that's waiting for you as soon as this is ready for sending. So I'll send a Mocha porter your way, I'll send a Passionistas your way, and I'll send a Raleigh's Lost Gold your way. And so yeah, as a way of saying thank you to giving me those that sort of bounty that you've created, that you've grown, sorry, this year. What else? Oh yeah, the no chill cubes. I bought some no chill cubes. I bought 2 10 litres to give me 20 litre batches. I've only done that because I think it's going to be easier for me to carry. It's going to be easier for me to store. It's going to be easier if I want to do a small batch, which I may be thinking about doing because I absolutely love brewing. But I'm getting to the stage now where I'm getting so much bottles to try and get through in order to release bottles for brewing. It's becoming a bit silly. So if I brew smaller batches, I can be brewing more often, which is what I want, without having too much stock. But of course that means I'm going to have to sort of buy some new equipment. I think smaller boilers, smaller mash tuns, that sort of thing. So I was reading a little thing on Facebook, Gary Fry. He's thinking about getting a 13 litre fermenter from SS Brewtech. So I may purchase one of those, but then I could do with a decent SS Brewtech Chronicle as well, which I was sort of talking to a few members with last night. So that's what I'll be doing in the future, most probably. Downscaling, yeah, keeping my full scale brew for particularly popular or successful beers that particularly like, that I know I can brew a lot of, and I can keep, or I can store, or I can send out as B-mail. So here it is. Here's the footage, somewhat back to front. I'm doing this right at the very end of the beer, at the end of the brew day. So enjoy. Sit back, enjoy it. Have a decent weekend, folks. Cheers. Right, here are the grains and the salt additions. Strike water's ready to go. I've got it up to 76 degrees or thereabouts. It's going to go straight into a cold mash tun, so it's going to lose a bit of heat. The grain's been sat out in the shed, so that's going to be quite cool as well, so it's all good. Right, we've got the mash on. Got all my salt additions in there. I've got the grains in there. Temperature's up to where I want it, which is somewhere along about 67.4, which is good for me. So we'll get the lid on that. I'll come back in an hour and a half, I think. Cheers. Right, sparge water's on. So that's just plain RO in there. Got some where are you? Salt additions. Just going to stick those in. Do a little bit of spoon around. Get them nicely stirred in. And what we'll do, we'll come back to that when it's ready to sparge. Mashing is all done now. So we're going to get some of it out of there, do the first run-ins, see what we got. It's been in there now for best part of an hour and a half. So we'll let that fill, and then we'll pour it back over the top, and then continue with the first run-ins, and then I'll set up the sparge. First run-in's done. Now get on with the sparging. Sparging going nicely. Got all the first run-ins in there. So once all that's gone out of there and into there, we'll go into there, and then all that in there will go back into the pot. So yeah, it's all going well. Yeah, It's sort of a bit like kiss of death to it, isn't it, really? But anyway, yeah, see me back with the boil, first editions of the hops. The Challenger hops, 85 grams of them have gone straight into the first run-ins. Get all those hop oils released for the first wort hops. What I'll do is I'll finish with the sparge, and then I'll stick it all straight into the kettle via the hop strainer. So hopefully I won't get too many hops knocking around inside the kettle. Cheers. Here we are. It's at the end of the boil. I'll switch it off now, and the hops are being taken out and let it cool down for a little while. Get it down to about 80 degrees. Then I'll pitch some aroma hops, which are going to be the El Dorado, and let them steep for half an hour. So I'll come back for those. So I've got the steep hops in at the moment. That's 30 grams of El Dorado. I've got the temperature down to 78, so that's cool. Be there for half an hour. Then I'm going to stick them straight into the cubes. Right, the steep is done. Half an hour steep. There's been no chill cubes. They're only 10 litres each, so 20 litres is going in. Just going to decant that straight into there, and then put the lids on, and away we go. Right, so here they are. They're in the cubes. 2 little 10 litre cubes. 20 litres all in, about a litre above where I want to be, and it's coming in. You can see it. No, you can't see it. It's coming in around about 1.063, I think it is. 1063, which is giving me 2 points above where I want to be as well. So I've got a bit more volume, a bit more gravity, and I've got a little beer there. One of the last of the Pilsner Urquells. I've got my yeast in the bottom of there. You're able to see it. Just a little bit of yeast in the bottom of there. I'll get that straight into the early mayo and onto the stir plate. So all in all, a really good day today. Really successful. I didn't really see what the fuss was about with the cubes, but I can really understand the interest in it, because it brings a cleaner environment, really. I mean, you got the chiller goes in and everything else, but it's all faff, and it's all extra cleaning, and it's all extra equipment that's being brought out, and it just goes straight out of that, straight into those cubes. Squeeze as much of the air out as you can. That's it. Job's a good one. So I'm really pleased. It's been a really good day. What I'll do is I'll do a bit more footage perhaps of the decanting of the 10 litre cubes into the fermenter, pitch some of the yeast, and see how it goes. Cheers. Right, so before I pitch the wort into the fermenter, what I tend to do, I've got a little sort of, well, big actually, like a trigger spray. It's got star sign in it, so what I'll do is I'll give it a little around the rim of the thing, and on the cap. I don't want any bugs going in it at the moment, so they're all star sand, waiting to go in. So there it is. That's the Rise of Lost Gold all tucked up in the fermenter. I'm going to stick it somewhere it's going to ferment nicely, and we'll come back to that probably in a little while. I think probably next time we see this will probably be a taster. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's just hope I can upload this video. It always seems to be my little problem. So anyway, have a good weekend everyone, and thanks for watching again. Welcome back. Just a conclusion really, just to sort of finish it off. I'm very pleased with the no chill 10 litre cubes. Hold more than 10 litres. They're holding probably, I reckon, probably about 12 litres, something like that. So I'm really pleased with that. That means I can get sort of, I go back to the old style of brewing I used to do. I used to brew sort of 12 litre batches, which means I can brew more, as I explained before. and it should mean that I'll be able to do different varieties. It just means I've got to sort of scale my equipment a bit more now. I have to downscale after upscaling, and I have to downscale and get some, see if I can find a little boiler and things like that, 20 litre boiler. What else? Yeah, so I'll definitely be doing it again. Easy. It's all well paced. Do you know what I mean? It's all well paced. You sort of you had your barrels there waiting, and I say a star sand mine, so they were all ready to accept the wort. Did the boil, put it into the cubes, squeezed the air out, put the caps on, left them alone. Saved enough of the water left over for a starter, so I stuck 600 mils into my Erlenmeyer, stuck my yeast I had, put that in, and got it started. The yeast went absolute furious, so it went absolute apeshit. It was frothing and foaming, had a decent head on it, and everything is looking quite pleasant. So that's gone in. And we'll see how long it takes to get some sort of activity. I don't think it's going to take long. So, thanks for watching. If you like what I do, please subscribe. But please leave comments. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it. But yeah. Anyway, thanks again, and tune in for more from the Heathen Brewer. Cheers.